I didn't really remember driving, so this was a major relief. The open air began to clear my head. Though still buzzing a tad from the alcohol, I couldn't believe I had made it home. Stars glistened above as I took a few calming breaths. Still trying to flounder my way out of the mental haze, I looked at my car again. This time, the other side. My stomach dropped. I gulped hard. The driver's side was a mangled wreck of twisted metal. I stared at the tire. The rubber was unrecognizable, shredded to pieces. It must have blown out. Fragments of tread stuck out all over the place like bedhead. I'd been driving for miles on nothing but metal. Rapid-fire questions shot through my mind. Dang it! I was so close. What on earth happened? What did I hit? What am I going to tell Mom and Dad? I had no answers, but I was sure of one thing. As I stared at the wreckage, I knew I had no choice but to lie my way out. My mind racing, I thought of every possible lie I could tell. I went back inside the house and sat on my bed, my heart beating out of my chest, so freaked out I could barely feel my pounding head. With the alcohol fog still waning, I tried to clear my brain. I needed to finalize a lie. I needed to make a plan. Once I settled on a story, I started rehearsing the answers to the questions I knew they would ask. Though this was the first time I had to tap dance my way out of wrecking my car after driving drunk, I wasn't new to lying to my parents. At this point, I was essentially a master manipulator. It was scary how easily the manipulative thoughts entered my mind. It was like instinct at this point. Owning up to my actions wasn't even an option. The lies and manipulation were second nature to me. On my most devious days, I could even convince myself that the lies were true. Hours passed. I didn't sleep a wink. When morning broke, I went downstairs. Crappity crap crap crap, this is going to suck. I was nervous, but I hid it well. It was time to put on a show. I didn't want to be too dramatic, but I also didn't want to come across as flippant. It had to be the perfect blend of both. There's a sweet spot after all. Master manipulator, remember? Oh my gosh, guys, you won't believe what happened. My dad looked up at me, turkey bacon in hand. My mom stopped whatever she was doing and raised her eyebrows. What's going on, Danielle? Thump, 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 raced my heart, threatening to explode. I was texting and driving and hit a guardrail. The one by the front of the subdivision. I messed up the driver's side of the car. I tried to look sheepish. I'm so sorry. At least part of that was true. I really was sorry. Mom shook her head. Dad sighed. He piped up first. Danielle, you cannot be texting and driving, but I'm glad you're okay. I know, I said. You're right. I'm so sorry. It won't happen again. They hugged me and it was over. I wasn't in trouble. I got what I wanted. But what you want isn't always what you need.
Rob. When Danielle told me she hit the railing of the subdivision entrance where we live, I believed her. Why wouldn't I? Everyone hits that thing. It seems almost every week a maintenance crew is repairing it. And the damage from the shredded tire, I chalk that up to teenage ignorance. Danielle probably wasn't aware that if your tire gets blown out, you shouldn't drive on it. Nothing about her story sounded far-fetched. I made arrangements to have the car fixed. But later that day, compelled by a quiet gnawing in my heart, I pulled her aside. You promised there was no alcohol or drugs involved? Her answer came fast, and she sounded very self-assured. Yes, Dad, I promise. Okay, good enough. I went about my day. But there's a reason I asked. 6 weeks prior to Danielle's accident, my wife Laura and I sat at the kitchen table sorting through the day's mail. Danielle was a freshman in college, and Laura was taking care of a few things for her. At some point, I glanced over at Laura and noticed a surprised look on her face. Babe, take a look at this, she said, handing me a bank statement. The statement belonged to Danielle. Each month, I would deposit money in her account to be used for school-related expenses. Scanning the statement, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. $21.99 to this liquor mart, $19.75 to that wine and spirits. On and on were charges to different alcohol and liquor establishments. There were at least 15 in that month alone.